right on top of them today because I made my pit stop closer, but nobody was outside. Surprising. Doors are open. What should I say? Let's see. I like getting them with the stats. Let's get them with the stats. Hey, you guys, your stats aren't as low as the other orgs are. Dallas can't even keep their lights on. You should check it out. We have cameras all over the world right now. Ooh, new people I didn't recognize. Didn't recognize her. Huh. All right, shaking the camera. Getting set up. Huh? Yeah. Alright, look away. Look away. Look away. Look away. Okay, I am not doing this right. I usually have it halfway set up. So all I have to do is move one, but I was in a hurry.
Again? Yeah. It was 10 minutes to begin with.
Well, I had an interesting drive-in. Wait till I tell you about that. Alright, hold on. I'm still shaking. Something's wrong down here. There we go. Alright, I think we're level now. Sorry about all that. Normally I have myself set up better than that. Woo! Today was fun driving here. I am so late, and it was not my fault. Whoop. I like to get here by 4:30 before they take their table in. Well, that didn't happen. Ooh, it's nice out today. There's a breeze. Super cool breeze. I probably won't stay in this position the whole time. I'm finding that certain times of the day thought they were honking at my sign, but I guess they're just honking at each other. Is that the sign? Oh, my poor sign. I know I probably won't get too many people this late on a Saturday. Wow. Oh, I forgot to tell her almond milk. That does not taste right. I'm not used to regular milk. Oh, let me turn around for a second. Just as people come in, just to say hi. Traffic. I have got to get some way to find out when there are events. Oh my gosh. Okay, normally it takes me 5 minutes to get to or from the freeway from here. It's literally down, left, a few lights, and you're on the freeway. It took me 30 minutes from getting off the freeway to getting to the parking. I was amazed I got parking at all. I almost pulled over. But luckily there was a couple handicap spots left. And it's going to be horrendous leaving. I hope I get to leave before they let out, or it's going to be the same thing. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask a passerby. Hey, can I ask you a question? Are you going to this game? Do you know when it'll be over about?
6:30. It starts at 6:30.
Oh, it starts at 6. Good. Good, because I'm leaving about that time, and it took me 30 minutes to get from the freeway to here. I didn't know. Is there some sort of... I live 75 miles north. Is there a way to get like an app of events? I mean, not... Did I say map or app? I meant app. I've heard there might be one.
The only way I know of anything is on Big
On what?
There's like various accounts that just post on.
Okay, I'll go find them. I'll find them. When, where, what? I can remember. When, where, what?
Look for the blue square.
Okay, thank you so much. When, where, what is an Instagram that I need to find that will post events. Because, holy crap. Because I've tried to get out of that parking garage when something like this has let out, and being in a big old truck, nobody wants to give me space to pull out. It has taken me 20 minutes with my foot on the brake with my rear backup lights on for somebody to be nice enough to let me out. So you should go check us out on YouTube. We have 200 channels on all the orgs, and it's showing there's no way you have 30 million members. That's 210,000 per org. That's like a whole city. She turned around and shook her head at me. She was a public. That's why I hit her with the members. And she was walking real slow, so I kept going. And then she turned around at the corner and went, like I'm full of it. I don't see 210,000 members coming in here. But yeah, I passed. You can see them. Hold on. So, see this small group? It's about, I think people are, when I was coming in, there was like 50 to each group walking by. That was part of the issue. And then everybody was trying to find parking. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And look down here. I'm going to turn it. Don't look if you get motion sickness. I'm going to turn it slow. So the university co-op is right down here. And you can see, oh, no kids.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I like your sign though.
Oh, thanks. Sorry about that, guys.
Totally agree.
Thanks. We don't do the kids.
Why Scientology cool?
A cult doesn't let you leave. A religion does.
I do agree with that.
They have 3 levels of members, and the bottom level is Sea Org, and they sign a billion-year contract and have to work till they die.
Okay.
And if they try to leave, they have run them off the road. Somebody had to escape in the trunk of a car. They've gone to bus stations and drug them back. And if they think you want to leave, they'll put you in a room with a guard.
They kill you?
No, not that we know of.
I don't like killing.
Yeah, not that we know of. But the reason it's a cult, not a religion, is there's a level of members they won't let leave.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to let him in? See, this is a religion.
Anybody can go in and check them out.
Hook him.
You guys look like you're having a good day.
Yeah,
I had no idea this game was going
I
on.
know, and we're 22. That's the first.
Say that again?
22 years old.
Really? You know, these Sea Org members join when they're 12, 13, and 14.
Oh, it's like a live stream, right?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Camera's over here. If you want to come over here. Yeah. Just no F-bombs. I might get demonetized for that. I just have, we have 200 channels now on YouTube all working together doing this same thing. And there's about 100 of us protest channels like me showing that nobody's going in and out of here. And while we're here, see how they close up? How many religions do you know that's going to close their doors and blinds because I'm standing here with a camera?
It's just Scientology.
Yep.
It's just Scientology.
Yep. They have $1 billion in the bank.
Hook up.
That's why they can afford a building like this.
But all that matters is Scientology is you wouldn't have made it. You right there, you wouldn't have made it for Scientology. I do aerospace engineering. my major is John Paul Clark. He's my boy. I love him. He's a great guy. Astronomy is the best thing you'll ever want to do.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, see, you guys love aerospace engineering.
Hi, Miss Sunrise. Hi, Hitzel.
She's talking.
We're having fun with the UT people here today.
Yes, yes.
That's what I'm here for. It's partially to let them know that there's 2 foundations that'll help them escape. How many religions do you know has foundations to help them escape?
Can I hug you?
And
I love you. You're the coolest mom ever.
my kids are in their 30s.
I'm
All right. You have fun at the game.
gonna have a lot of fun with you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Dizzy, we gotta
Miss
go to
Kim.
LBJ.
That's what I am on YouTube.
Dizzy, we gotta go to LBJ.
Hey, Miss Kim is the coolest motherfucker ever. If y'all don't ever pick her in your life, I'm gonna be pissed off. I swear to God on my life. Miss Kim is so damn cool.
Get
If
your
y'all,
face in the
I
camera.
swear I'll be.
There.
I love all y'all. Pick out Miss Kim. She's cool as fuck.
Yes,
It's all right.
Preach.
You haven't even started the game yet. Is he gonna even be able to watch the game?
Yeah, I know. We're good.
He's gonna
Yeah,
be
head on over.
asleep.
Yes.
Hey, I hope you have a great night.
All right, you too. I hope you have fun.
I lost
You
my
lost
shoe,
your
but I
shoe. You
found
better get your shoe on. Especially this ground is nasty. Oh, I gotta go back. He's still here. Y'all have a good night. Oh my goodness. All right, where are we? Oh, so Miss Sunrise, they're playing Georgia tonight. That's why there's so many people here. It's the UT Georgia game. And it is, I've never seen this many people here. I mean, the cars are backed up for miles trying to find parking. Hey, hey, Eric. Sorry about that, but he was funny. Hey, Breezy Report, what's up? So, I was saying earlier before y'all came on, usually it takes me 5 minutes, maybe, to get from the freeway, maybe 6, and going home it's 5 or less sometimes if I catch all the lights. It took me 30 minutes to get from the freeway to the parking garage, going all these weird ways trying to get out of their traffic, and then the hundreds of people that wanted to cross the street. I had no idea. This guy down that just went by gave me an Instagram I need to find, so I know when these events are happening I wouldn't have come. Or I might have come a little bit later or a little bit earlier. I hit it right because the game starts at 6:30. I got off the freeway at like 4:30, and I got to parking at like 5-ish. It was ridiculous, but he was funny. He's a little bit too toasted to be. Hey, Lorraine. He's a little bit too toasty, I think, to stay awake for the game. He needs to have no more. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go back and watch him. But you know, even those kind of interactions, because there was like 3 or 4 other people with him that were listening. So that's kind of why I let it go. It was cute. It was, what do I want to say? I don't know if I want to, it was innocent or, you know, there was nothing. He was just being funny. He's nice when he drinks, obviously. He's having a good time. So, and AA, I am so sorry. I just realized I have not checked my email all week. I am so, because I have to get the laptop out to really do it right. I'm so sorry, because I know I told you to email me, and it also, fibro brain. I literally usually have to write things on my hand to remember things. It's horrible. So you probably emailed me, hey Jay Young, and I'm not on it. So there's a lot less foot traffic right now because the game has started. But wow, I was trying to show you guys. No problem. I'm so sorry I made you worry about that. No, it's me. You're not on my channel as much. Most of my regular people know that I'm a scatterbrain. Anyway, down there, you can see a bunch of balloons. See the orange and white balloons? So, that's what I was trying to show you. So, there, I'm going to keep it this way for a little while. Give us a little bit different view of but it was like packed as I walked. When I came up to the coffee shop, I had to go to the coffee shop right here to make my pit stop. And, because the pizza place's bathroom's been out of order for a week. And I've gone all the way in with my wagon and parked it and got my water before I knew that. So, no, hey, just know that it's partially just me, and I'm scatterbrained, and partially my fibro brain. I have problems with. I can remember somebody's life story, but sometimes I can't remember the name of the person who was talking. It's names and dates, and it's so messed up. So, I just have issues. Hi. Why? Because a cult doesn't let members leave and religions do.
I agree with you.
Yeah, they're Sea Org members. There's 3 levels of members. The Sea Org, when they join for life. They sign a billion-year contract because they think they've lived multiple lives. And that you have to work for them until you die or get too sick to work. And then they put you in a home, take out credit cards in your name, take all the money. Because they know when you pass away that the credit card just goes away. There was a woman that escaped. Her son got her out after 40 years in. She was older. She's older than me. Had a heart condition. He went in and stole her, and she found out she was $160,000 in debt. And she had nothing to do with it. So they do a lot of credit card fraud to get their money. And then they've had people escape in trunks of cars. They've ran people off the road. They've brought them back from bus stations. And if they think you want to leave, they'll put you in a room with a guard. So that's the difference. Yes, very. About 2 years ago, I knew nothing. And somebody came in my YouTube feed. And I started watching that person and a bunch of other, what they are, survivors of the cult that have escaped. And a lot of the people you see are 2nd and 3rd generation. They were indoctrinated as children.
Scientology.
Yep. And so what you're seeing in here now is 2nd and 3rd gen. They're not getting new members. So they've lived this their whole lives and don't know the outside world at all. The staff does a little bit because they don't get housed by Scientology. They might have. But the Sea Org members, they're in the walls all the time. There's no reason for, and they're supposed to get $50 a week. They don't get paid all the time. And we know in Chicago they're housing them 8 people to a studio apartment. And that's the human trafficking checklist is living with employer, cramped and poor conditions. They take their passports if they're from another country, make sure they don't leave. They're not allowed to have phones or look on the internet. Some of the staff have phones, I've noticed. But that's the difference. How many religions do you know that have 2 foundations to help them escape? There are 2 foundations out there to help these people escape. They'll get them a job, an apartment, an education, because a lot of times they haven't gone to high school. So we're here partially to talk to people like you and educate the public that doesn't know and let them know they can get out. And I tell them the foundation website a lot when I see them and that kind of thing to let them know. And they have said since we started protesting last year that they are getting more calls. So that's our goal. Our goal is to, we're trying to save the kids. Too many parents are putting their kids in this and they abuse kids really bad. Because they think they live multiple lives. So they look at their kids as big beings in small bodies. Because last life they could have been an 80-year-old man. And they've actually said that to their kid before. I'm not really your dad and you're not really my daughter. You could have been an 80-year-old man. You're just here in this body. And when they die, they go to a new baby body. So there's a lot of child abuse because they look at them as adults. They put them to work as early as possible. So that's the basics. Yep. Actually, I have their flyer that I put the information on. This is that personality test they say. We went to businesses around and found out they were sitting these in there. So sptv.space has a list of all of us channels, survivors and protesters and people that advocate. This is my channel. Oh, is that okay? You're live. I only have a handful of people on there. I'm not a big channel. And then this is the foundation, one of them.
Are you religious yourself anymore?
Yeah, I am a Christian, but that's not what brought me here. What brought me here was the child abuse. When I heard the horrible stories of these survivors and what they went through, and that they didn't really have a choice in it because they were indoctrinated as children. And they weren't given a choice, and they're told everybody out here is evil and only bad things will happen when you come out and talk to them. They won't even look at me when I try to talk to them like normal. I'm not like really aggressive. I just stand here and tell them about the foundation sometimes.
I also have, I guess like something that preschool, we have this conversation.
the survivors, you know what they've said? Because as a never-in, that's what we call us, you're like, well, if they didn't abuse their members, maybe there's something good in here. But the survivors said, really, there's no redeeming qualities inside Scientology. Not even for, you know, the public. It's just courses they take and DVDs they watch, and it's just a lot of mental. The original leader that created it was a science fiction writer, and you know who he studied with? You ever heard of Alistair Crowley? He was a Satanist in the late 1800s to 1947 when he died. And L. Ron Hubbard, who actually bought this building himself because it's 55 years ago, because it was across from the campus, he died in the 80s. But in the 40s, he studied with Jack Parsons, who was an acolyte of Aleister Crowley. And they were doing black magic and trying to bring forth the Antichrist. So, but he tells the members, oh no, I was hired by the CIA to go in and stop the black magic, and thank you. And that's not what happened. He learned a lot of mind control in there.
Did they put you on?
No, he gave me a thumbs up. I get a lot of thumbs up. So
No, I
it's really
agree
cool.
with this 100%. Like, I've looked into, like, big religion and stuff, right? Like, Islam, Judaism. But I have not, like, a little bit first.
They think they're big. They tell their members they have 30 million members. They only have about 30,000 all over the world.
Because, like, if you kind of, like, look at it, it's, like, ridiculous at the story.
Yeah. And the thing is,
It's
you know,
like
the part about Xenu and the Galactic Federation and all that, you don't find, a lot of these people don't even know about that. You have to pay to go up the bridge, and in OT3, level 3, you find that story out. There's been a lot of people who have gotten out so that when they got to that level and read that, they were like, what? And that was really what broke their, you know, but it takes some time to get out because they make you disconnect. So if you have family and friends, and a lot of times a job with a Scientologist, if you leave the church, you lose all of that. You can't talk to each other anymore. If you're married and your spouse doesn't leave with you, you have to get a divorce. So it's a family-destroying, child-abusing, human trafficking cult. And I've done I did deep dive for a good year and a half before I started protesting. And I come down 75 miles one way to get here a few times a week. Because when I heard this was opening in February, I was like, oh no, they're not going to get their claws in y'all.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that Church of Scientology, like, here, right next to campus.
Oh, they did that in Chicago too, and they've done it other places because it's a good, they call it body routing when they stand out here and give out pamphlets to try to get you to come inside. Other protesters closed down their Hollywood Boulevard Test Center, which was their biggest body routing. And just standing there with phones like this, not really even saying anything, just standing there, 7 or 8, just having a good time. They would play music and stuff, and they closed them down because they don't want to interact with anybody that might have a differing opinion.
In my opinion, like,
I tell
when I
you,
first
you
heard
found
about
the
it,
video.
I was so mad, or I always thought it was like ridiculous. I never knew it was like this, like,
Right. And see, I'm actually reading the first book the guy wrote in 1950. On Sundays, we read a chapter a week, and we're really finding out what his thought process was and how he is, you know, controlling people. They're not weak. They're not unintelligent. This book says that he can help you, and in 1950, mental health was not talked about. And it was...
Use as scripture?
They don't call it that, because they have a lot of books. Yeah, they call it tech. And they take courses that L. Ron Hubbard wrote up, and he wrote up so many policies. They have leather-bound volumes of, he even told them how to wash windows. He wrote that down. Use newspaper and I think vinegar. So everything they do in there is regulated.
So if you do it like the wrong way,
Oh yeah.
it's like,
Yep.
you get like bad keys, that type of thing.
There's a lot of different things that can go on in there as far as punishment. They had what they called the rehabilitation course, and it was like it was like the old chain gang, like breaking rocks if you got in real trouble. And it didn't take much. One guy got in trouble just because he fainted in front of the leader. The one they have now is worse. He's mean. And that kid got in so much trouble.
I'm good.
Good? Okay.
I appreciate you talking with me. You know, I don't care what other religions do or beliefs until it gets abusive.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just like all the religions have like a lot of abusive like tendencies. They
Well,
they tend to hide it.
yeah. Well, they do here too because the way they hide it is their members aren't allowed to look at anything, talk to anybody that's not in the church. They're not allowed to talk to me.
I'm sure the higher ups are allowed to lie about it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely, they're allowed to lie, do anything, because they do this kind of stuff to get you in.
So they believe that they're their own god.
They don't have a deity. No, it's not a belief. It's not a faith-based system like Christianity or Islam or any of that.
Yeah.
What they believe is that the leader gave them this tech, these courses, this information to study that will make them, if you go up the bridge, you're supposed to be able to control matter, energy, space, and time. They think they're going to be super beings. But then when they get up there to OT8 and it doesn't happen, well, they have to lie to themselves about it because they can't admit to themselves that I just spent $100 and something thousand and this is bull crap. Tom Cruise, you know him, right?
Yeah.
He swears that they cured him of his dyslexia. There's no way that they did. What he probably does is has somebody reading the scripts.
I've got to go in a bit, but you know, like if I were to like look into this type of stuff a little bit more,
Go to sptv.space. That is all the channels that are working together against Scientology. There's like 200. And all the survivors will be on there that has a channel. So growing up in Scientology, Oh No Nora, a lot of those channels are really good channels to hear their story. So that's what really works. And you'll find out a lot. And then on Netflix, there's a couple documentaries right now. Going Clear was a big documentary and book in the early days of the anti-Scientology movement, but this protesting thing just started like about a year ago. And so we have cameras like this all over the world. We have almost 100 protest channels just standing here like this, letting people talking to people like you. And we've been doing it for almost a year now. I started in February. So you go and you have a good weekend.
yeah.
I appreciate
I'll
you talking with
eventually
me.
look into it.
I'm here a lot, so, and there's other people that are here. So anytime you want to talk, it's fine. Yep.
Just be safe.
Thank you. Yeah. Hi.
I was getting upset because there's 4 officers and one me and me, and people keep stealing my money, my earrings.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
Evan?
Can you use I carry these. Let me make sure I have one first. I have these,
I'll make sure it's here. Because you gotta lie again and forge my roommate. What's this about? I've been home for about a year.
Here. This is a hygiene kit. Can you use it? Can you use this? It's my husband's ex-military.
Okay.
It's got body wash, toothbrush, toothpaste in it. Can you use that? All right.
Yeah, where can I get take it and get it imported?
Take what?
If we'll get it imported, like their last name, like Sanchez. Or if I even put Blevins or Bennett's.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yep. Well, I hope that helps you out. You have a good weekend.
If I get it imported in the last name, the whose husbands have gone. UPS will send us back. I met my brother Corey Bennett's husband.
Well, don't say too much personal stuff because I'm live streaming right now. You don't want people to hear you.
I was in the dumpster just now. I was a little boy and a little girl in there. In the head, like the base of the whole head.
All
I don't know
right.
what you'll call it when they get
Well, that's got all the things you need. Shampoo, all that kind of stuff in there.
When
So
we go to Hawaii, that sounds awesome.
Alright, let me go back.
Are you Christian?
Yes, but that's not what brought me here.
Oh.
What brought me here was listening to the survivors of this cult talk about their child abuse and what goes on inside. I don't care what other religions do until it gets abusive. And the problem is, because they believe they've lived multiple lives, they look at their kids as adults in small bodies.
Oh, really? That's what rationalized it?
Yep. And they don't nurture them. They put them to work as young as possible. So the ones you see in here are not new members. They're second, third generation. People that got in the 50s, 60s, 70s before you could research stuff like this. And so their parents got them indoctrinated, and they don't know anything else. So there's two foundations that'll help them escape. How many religions do you know that have that? Foundations to help them escape. The Sea Org in here, the reason it's a cult, they won't let them leave. When they join the Sea Org, they're in it for life. You can't leave. And so that's what we mean by escape. And we've heard
I don't agree with it either.
Yeah.
I'm Catholic, so.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool. People are stopping. I thought with the game and everything they wouldn't stop. All right, let me go back. Yeah, I'm ignoring y'all. Sorry. I can't do both. Okay. Hey, Mr. Fraud. I updated my Daisy information. She's doing good now. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you, MD Media. Yeah, I was watching you earlier. I was listening. Yeah, I heard that about the faces. Oh, thank you, AA. I appreciate it, Lorraine. It's free. Oh, thank you so much.
Everything is free what?
Cool. What? All right. Cool. Awesome.
Which car are you driving? It ain't yours, baby.
Oh, yeah, that's possible, AA. I don't really know that much about it. That's possible. Hi, Greg. Hi, Queen. Hi, Jay Young. I'm not sure if I saw you yet today. All right. Yeah, I'm surprised I got so many people to stop with the game going on and all. There must be a stadium near here, because anytime they have a game, the parking area I like is ridiculous. So they still got people trying to get to the game down the street and stuff. Let's do this. And they seem to be going like that way. That area, I always see them in that area, so I gotta look at the map. Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to bail on you guys tonight. If I couldn't have found parking in the parking garage I go to, I was gonna give up. That is so rude. Oh my God. That is so rude. Just sitting there. Now my ears hurt. Ow. Thank you. Why do people do that? I just don't understand. I hope y'all's ears are okay. When that happens, they're sitting still and they're just revving that crap. And you know, there is a noise ordinance in Texas and in Austin. They don't care. I had a motorcycle and I never liked loud motorcycles. Because they don't let their Sea Org members leave. Good. Awesome. Spread the word. You knew. Oh, look at this pretty bus. Look at that. El mundo donde quepan muchos mundos. I don't know what that means. If anybody speaks Spanish, let me know. Celebrando el mes de la felicidad. That was cool. I wish they'd do that more often. do murals on the buses. Oh my gosh, they give you something to look at. Yep. She thinks I'm pointed that way and tried to go around not to be on camera. But since there's so many tourists kind of like right now, and parents and civilians, not students, I'm kind of not filming the crowds because they don't like it. So I'm just going to keep it on me. 'Cause there's people walking by trying to cover their face and stuff. So they obviously don't want to be on camera. When it's just the students, for the most part, they kind of know I'm here and know that, you know, it's different, I guess. They're not just visiting, they're here all the time. So I can't not show people all the time. So I'll just do it for tonight. Not that nobody's noticed my Buckeye hat. So back when I was still working, early 2000s, mid 2000s, Ohio State came down here and played UT. And I was like, and my whole desk at work was Buckeyes. My ringer was Buckeye, my tissue cover, my mouse, well, unless it was purple. And so everybody knew. Austin is a college town. Yup. Greg. Yeah. So I got him on the way in. They had the doors open, and I hit him with the stats, and I saw two people that I didn't recognize. Maybe it's because I'm here later, because usually their doors are closed by now, so maybe they're the evening people somehow. But it was a woman. The man I might have seen before, but the woman I didn't recognize. So yeah, I thought if I couldn't have found parking in that parking garage, I was either going to go somewhere and sit and just have a short chat, or go sit and wait till the traffic died down. I knew when I got up the freeway it was bad, because where they have me get off, you literally have to go across from the 4th lane all the way to the 1st lane to turn right. They are. Yep.
Man, they've been here forever. I don't know how they're still here.
They have a lot of money in the bank.
I know they suck.
Yep. I don't know if you can hear that. She's like, I don't know how they're still here. They've been here forever. I'm like, they have a lot of money in the bank. That's how they do it. So I should have been ready to yell my stuff for passerbys. There's certain things I yell out for them more than the members. Because they don't care that he drives a Bentley, but...
Are you live?
Yep. Say hi. Those are the people I want to make sure they don't go inside. Yeah, I've dealt with my kids or my kids' friends being a little toasty before. But, oh my goodness, I got 25 people, y'all. I just looked. I really didn't expect that many this late on a Saturday. People are usually doing stuff. And there's a lot of other people, streamers, that are on Saturday night. That's why when I started my late night stream, I did it because I was bored. Hubby's at work all night, and I did it late, not realizing there's a bunch of people that stay up late.
They're all cults.
Yep. I hear that a lot. There is. This right here, this is the main entrance to the campus. And it's mostly walking people, because I don't think there's parking and stuff in there. You see like a delivery vehicle in and out, but that's the main entrance. And it's a T section. So literally at 5 o'clock, I try to get over to the corner at 4:45 on weekdays, because there are hundreds of students getting out for the day coming across there, because behind here, the road that goes back behind the church and other roads, that's all apartments and stuff where the students live. So that's why some of you weren't watching me as far back as last spring when there were students in session. I never felt unsafe, because everywhere I went, thank you. that was them. They gave me the thumbs up. Anyway, what I was saying was, I feel pretty darn safe. I'm going to keep it on the people. Because there's always no less than 5 people around me when I'm walking. Now, during this summer, it was different. So if it got towards dark, I would call my hubby and put him on FaceTime on Messenger until I got to the car. And if I couldn't get him because he was asleep, I would at least record. So I'm like, well, they might, you know, do harm to me, but at least it'll be on camera. We'll know who did it. So, yeah, they're still going to the game. Let me read the comments. Oh, Dusty's here. What's up? We'll do... You know, I need to move down so I can do the door and people. That's what I'm going to do. I'm moving. Look away. Yeah, let's do...
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Go Bucks!
Uh-huh.
Fuck Scientology, baby!
That's awesome. Alright, so that way we can get the door. I'm moving again. I like being beside their sign. Find my water. Alright. Dusty's here. Peter, hi. Any recruitment at the tailgating section before the game? Oh my god, he's back. That guy. That's a motorcycle. That was a motorcycle, not a car. It's rude. He's like a block away, and it's still hurting my ears. Because we're between 2 stone buildings. Oh, I hate rude people. Probably. Matter of fact, Peter, when I stopped here at the coffee shop because the place down the street I normally stop, their bathrooms out of order. Because I hate to go in there because they might see me. So I was standing there before I went in, and I thought I saw a body router in a UT shirt with pamphlets. And I stood there for a good 5 minutes watching him. Because if it was, I was going to go live right then. So... Hi, y'all.
Hi.
I will bet they are there, if they're allowed. They will take any opportunity. Auditing Scientology, Kansas City, just after 6. You should see staff leaving unless they sneak out the back. They're going to sneak out the back. And Scientos are very sneaky. They're going to sneak out the back. I'm staying up front because I'm getting a lot of foot traffic. I have been... auditing. I have started when I'm here this late going around the corner to the side door in the alley because the night people are coming in and people are coming back from dinner, so I do move.
Scientology is a cult.
Hey, Scooter Mom. Very quiet in Perth. Oh wow, oh sorry you guys. Hey, Marco's here. I got people from all over. That is so awesome. I have one auditing. I have, a couple years ago, I bought this knockoff GoPro for like $70. It, for something else I was going to do. I didn't realize my phone was better. I have all the different straps, the chest, the hat, everything. Hi, which one now? Yeah, they have a level of membership in here that's not allowed to leave. Okay, just looking at myself. Thank you. And I keep forgetting to, and it even has a backup battery, so it would definitely cover. I just don't want to wear the big chest strap. So I've been, it's so light that I'm thinking about trying to figure out to put it on a lanyard and just pin it to my shirt so it doesn't fly around, instead of the big old body strap that I saw Liz Ferris wearing. I just need to get it. But yeah, I agree, because they get so close to you that sometimes, and they do stuff to your phone. Thanks, Laura. Hi, Adam. Hi, oh, hi, Laura. And that too. Phil Jones and a small group went to a CFL game because they heard his sister and a small group would recruiting before the game. They didn't find them. I believe it. I do. Oh, Adam. I know. Oh, Marco. That was funny. Hey, Susie. Yeah, I saw you earlier, I think, in a chat. I'm not sure. Yeah, Laura. I mean, they control everything. You're not allowed to look at any media other than Scientology. You're not allowed to talk to people outside of Scientology. So it's pretty close. Yeah, it's a dictatorship for sure. From England. So I got England, Germany, Australia. That is so cool. Hey, girl. Awesome. Us versus them, exactly, yeah. I try not to be like that with them, though, lately. I've been, since the staff and people inside have heard me say all my spiel to them, they know what I'm going to say. So this last few weeks, I've just been being nice. Hi, how you doing? You having a good day? Because they've heard everything I have to say. Now I want them to see that we're not all just these evil monsters that they're told we are. Adam, and you get to read one author for the rest of your life, A Rich Existence. Yeah, at least he wrote some fiction they can read. I think, are they allowed to even read that? Oh, thanks, Laura. Laura says, interesting, that makes sense, and it's probably a wise approach. Yeah. Because, you know, I've been out here, well, all of us have been out here since February. So, let's see, almost 10 months, 9 months, 10 months. They've heard everything I'm going to say. I do, when the doors open, I do try to say something. I've been hitting them with the stats, the down stats. They're not the only one. Sometimes I'll yell out the foundation, but they've kind of heard of that already. So now, if like I'm over on the side, like I told you, when I know they're sneaking out the back or coming back oh no, I'm not with them. I'm against them. I'm a protester. He thought I was given the personality test. Can you put your flyers on that table? You know what? I think I'll do. I don't have any. Do I have any with me? Somebody just left their Red Bull on it. You know, you remember, I'm not sure who said it, but they said we should set up our own table like them and have flyers on it and everything. And I have this wagon. I can do that. I have a folding table. So I've been really seriously thinking about doing that and just having a table with a bunch of flyers on it. Because we can't flyer post or anything around here. We're not allowed. I don't support denying anyone's humanity. Exactly. And that's why I tell, when people ask me, are you a Christian? I'm like, yes. But that's not what brought me here. I don't bother other religions until it gets to the point they don't let members leave and they abuse children and they abuse everybody inside. So that's what brought me here, is the survivor stories and the hell that they've been through. So hearing survivors tell us protesters we're doing good and keep it up is what brings me here. And knowing that one or two young freshmen away from home, doesn't have any friends, they're lonely, that's why they put these across the street from the campus. This whole street, okay, see all those trees and that tower there? This is all campus. Let me show you. This is all campus. And then I told you earlier that, okay, I can't see that camera. Hang on.
A little side quest there.
Let's see. And then this, where I'm at, is the, because they don't let their Sea Org members ever leave. When they sign up, they have to be there for life. And if you try to leave, they've had people escape in trunks of cars, ran off the road. Did you see that? You didn't get to see his face. That person's face. Totally shocked. Never heard of it before. So that's what I'm here for. Right there. That person in the striped shirt gave me this completely shocked look about what I just said. So that's why I'm here. People like that. Because I could imagine being, because here's the thing, reading Dianetics, if I were to have read that back before the internet, I'm turning again. Hold on, I'm gonna yell a little bit. There's a big crowd coming. I'm gonna start yelling a little bit. So I'm not caught up on the comments yet. I got more comments than I usually have. I usually don't have this many. I'm waiting for this big group to get here. Let's see. I'm gonna try to do it in the middle of the groups. Because I want to put a bug in their ear. That might make them look up some things. Alright, here we go. Your leader, David Miscavige, drives a Bentley while you make $200 a week. Make that make sense. Your leader gets Italian handmade shoes while you eat beans and rice.
Can I be Tom Cruise? Can I be Tom Cruise?
You don't want to be Tom Cruise. You really don't. See, got their attention a little bit. Let's see. Oh, I went backwards a little. You could do the table if you have others with you. It might not be safe. Actually, the more paraphernalia I have, I think the more safer I feel because I have a barrier. Sometimes, let me turn it around. So sometimes when the first guy got aggressive with me, I think the reason he didn't get physical is because I was over there and I had the bench on my left. I had my wagon between me and the tree, my tripod, and then the tree. The only way you could get to me was this way, and I was turned, so it was this. It wasn't behind me. Right now, I'm not really, but there's so many people that's out here. I'm not that worried. But I always stand. Look at this. So I use their sign. I always stand right next to their sign. So I have their sign. Don't get sick. And coming back up. All right. And then I have my wagon right here. So that's why when that girl came up, I just stay behind my camera, and it would be difficult for them to get at me. I would know before they got there. So I do my husband's always schooling me on stuff. People have to get the memo. When you gesture to the anti-Scientology camera, give a thumbs up, not the bringer. I know. I think they're trying to say F Scientology. It's all about money and power to me. It definitely is, Laura. Definitely, that's all it is. Your leader drives a Bentley and can't even reach the pedals. But yeah, what you guys didn't see is also, if somebody starts coming close to me, I get this out. When the first guy came at me, months ago, a long time ago, I got this, I was holding this, like this, and when he got too close, I banged my sign with it. People thought I hit him. What I did is rip my sign. My sign is so bad. And this is metal. So yeah. Might not be able to hit him too hard. I'm a little bit weak, but it won't feel good. And I found out years ago I had one like this. You can hook somebody with that. They're trying to get by you. I have one of them too. Yep. Now this one comes apart, so it's not easy to hook. My other one was one piece, and there was a guy trying to get by me to my daughter, who is she was married at the time, and I reached out like this, tried to grab his neck. I missed, but he got the message. Hey Hitzel, what's up, girl? Oh my gosh, I didn't know there was a huge game today, Hitzel. It took me, but you would know. So getting off the freeway at Martin Luther King to the parking back here took me 30 minutes. She knows it should only take 5 to 7 minutes tops. It was ridiculous. And if I'd have got to the park, there was no street parking. If I'd have got to the parking garage and it was full, I was probably going to have to go home. Now I've got to worry about when they let out. They said it starts at 6:30, and I don't even know. Is it basketball season? Football season? Oh, it's football. Football takes... Okay, so they won't be getting out when I leave. But yeah, I left my house at 3. A few minutes before 3. And normally it takes an hour and a half. I got to the parking garage at 5. Which meant I didn't get here for another 15 to 20 minutes. Because it's several blocks to walk. Oh, and basketball starts this week. I know basketball has a long season, doesn't it? You know, I haven't seen my Buckeyes at all this year. I don't have live TV. So I haven't even looked at their schedule. Because I'm the only one in the house. I used to turn on the game. My husband and kids would leave. My husband does not do sports. What was funny is, I used to have this friend. She was a big 49ers fan because she's from California. From that area.
Hey, it's a cult. It's a cult.
Right on. That car right there. Yeah, I want to get the honk if Scientology's a cult when I get my new sign and they can see it over the cars. Man, I could have parked right here if I'd have waited. Just trolling around. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of people stopping though, surprisingly, because you think they'd be in a hurry to get to the game. So, to be here after the game, I wouldn't. My husband has to leave for work at 9, so I have to leave no later than 7. Oh, my back was cracked. Whew. It's nice out. Oh my gosh. So a couple days ago, I opened the door to let the dogs out, and at night it was freezing. It was like, oh my gosh. And yeah, like yesterday there was one day it was like 73 degrees and stuff. Oh, you look so pretty.
Thank you.
All right. I don't want to yell in their ear. Your leader, David Miscavige, eats gourmet sushi while you eat beans and rice. Make that make sense. Wow, there's still a lot of people coming. A lot of people coming. It feels so good out here. It's amazing. It's cool. It's breezy. Oh my gosh. It is so different. And you know, we'll only have this for like a week or 2.
Oh, Church of Scientology?
Yep.
Oh, you're against that one?
They bought this building on purpose 55 years ago so they could get these kids. That's why the students, to try to lure them in. They go out with pamphlets and try to get people to come in for this stupid personality.
I have
Sure, absolutely.
All right, two more.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the reason that you're against this?
The child abuse.
Versus doing anything else?
The child abuse. That's what brought me here.
And explain.
Yes. They believe that they've lived multiple lives and that their last life they could have been
No,
an
they do not.
80-year-old
No.
man.
They believe that?
Yes.
Who's
And
they?
so,
This?
the members. So they don't treat their children like children. They'll put them to work as early as 8 or 9 years old. They'll pull them out of school and middle school
Works
to go work.
good. Works good.
And it's like manual labor and no education. So most of the people in here are
We need
second,
education.
third generation. And I on YouTube, I have listened to survivors that have escaped that have told of the horrible conditions they lived in.
Is it biblical?
No, they don't have a deity. The original leader in 1950 that wrote up the religion was a science fiction writer. Have you ever seen Battlefield Earth?
Yeah.
He wrote that.
Yeah, like so assuming like aliens.
But he also wrote this and learned how to mind control people with under Aleister Crowley's acolyte in the 40s.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so the Sea Org members, when they join at 12 to 14 years old, they're not allowed to leave till that you're in Sea Org till you die. You
In
can't
what?
leave. Sea Org.
What's
It's
that?
the bottom level
What
of
if you do
membership. Huh?
What if you do leave?
Oh, they will run you off the road. They've escaped in trunks of cars. They've gone to bus stations and drug them
I
back.
almost doubt that, but I
No,
I
it's
understand what
true.
you're saying.
It's all on the internet. It is. Go if
What are
you
your
go on
sources?
YouTube, there's 200 channels that I'm part of. It's
Uh-huh.
called SPTV that are working against Scientology, and half of those are ex-members.
No shit.
Yeah, that were put in as kids that didn't have
That's
a
not a
choice.
good look for them.
Most of them didn't have a choice. They were indoctrinated by their parents as children, so they don't know anything else.
So how did you find out about them?
The people that have escaped, and there's 2 foundations that'll help them escape.
What specifically? I guess what was the deciding moment?
For me,
Yeah.
the child abuse.
How did you find out about that?
The survivors that escaped that told us their stories.
And how did they tell you the stories? In
On
person? YouTube.
They have channels. They're on there.
So like,
And-
I understand what you're saying.
And the church covers it up. If they're abusing their children, you're not allowed to go to the authorities. You get in trouble.
So
And so they covered it up.
have you had any in-person interactions?
Yes.
You have.
The survivors, yeah. They've come here to help us out from other cities, and we've met. They just had a cruise where everybody, like 40 people in the community, went and met each other because there's a big community supporting the survivors. I'm here to support the survivors and educate these students on don't go in there and why.
I don't want to go there. No, don't right now. But like,
Yeah. I did a deep dive for about a year.
One
So-
last question.
Sure.
What is besides the child stuff, or like the child labor? Is it
Well,
weapons?
it's
Physical?
physical and SA. This one girl, Miriam, she has her own channel now. Her father even went to the LAPD and confessed, but the statute of limitations was over. And the whole time the church covered it up, her whole life. He started when she was 5 years old. And you go to what they call an auditing session. It's like therapy / interrogation. And every time he
no way
went
it's
in,
real.
he told them what they were doing. I know it sounds ridiculous. I know it
I don't
does.
know if it's real.
It is. Go online, man. Go to Growing
I
Up
don't
in
even know if
Scientology. Go to
Scientology
Oh
is
No
real.
Nora.
Is Scientology real?
Yeah,
Is
wrote it.
that's a real building?
They're all over the world. They have
I might have to go
30,000.
in, but I don't think
Yeah,
you-
they might be closed for the night, maybe. Yeah, they're closed.
It's not a real building.
Oh, you think there's nobody? Honey, go to my channel. I've been filming them since February, going in and out, talking to them, at
These
them.
people?
Yes. Why do you think I drive 150 miles round trip 3 times a week to protest? Well, they only opened in February. They were in a strip mall for a while they refurbished.
That sounds like a whack ass thing.
It is. But you think it's bizarre?
I appreciate
Check
it.
it out. Check out
I'll check it out.
SPTV. I was going to write it down for you.
I'll knock on the door in the morning, maybe.
Yeah. You can go in.
Are they
I'm not
bots?
gonna leave you alone. Yeah. But no, they'll love bomb you and be nice. They want you to watch movies. And then they'll say, you'll take the personality test and say your life sucks, you need to give us a course or a book to make your life better. They don't have a deity. It's a test. This mind.
Alright. If I had decided to, yeah, I've never seen it. But I don't. It might exist. I haven't seen anyone with some of these live. But I want to see it.
They've got LAPD in their pocket. They've got senators in their pocket. They got $1 billion.
Is that from all the
I appreciate it.
Tom Cruise gives a lot of money. You know the voice of Parkinson? She's a Scientologist. She gives him $6 million. I can never remember her name. Guys, what's her name? That Bart Simpson's voice. She's a member. Did you hear about the Danny Masterson trial in California? He was on this. He did. Yeah. The reason it was covered up for 20 years, he drugged and art women in Scientology for 20 years. He was. Did you ever see that 70s show?
Yeah.
He was high. The curly hair and the glasses. Always laid
Oh,
back.
the guy with the
He's
sex-
in
sex
prison
assault,
for
sex assault,
30
yeah.
years for life. The reason it didn't come out for 20 years, they're like, why didn't they go to the authorities? Because they're not allowed. They harassed them so much while they were doing the trial. They harassed the prosecutor and they killed one of the Jane Doe's dogs with poison. Y'all have fun at the game. That's where you're going. Thanks for listening. I'm here a lot if you want to stop and learn some more.
No, you're very close, but yeah,
Alright, thanks for listening.
I think it's I think that's
Sorry, I could have turned the camera around. I forget sometimes which way the camera's going. So it's this gentleman right here, that girl and guy right there, and his friend kind of took off. So they were a little toasty. There was a game, but he was asking good questions. I just hope you remember. Nancy Cartwright. I can never remember her name. I suck at names. I try to get the details right. I try not to exaggerate, but sometimes if I get a detail wrong, I'm just not remembering it right. I don't ever try to say anything that's false. Okay, there I am. Basketball. Laura. Work may be good, but within parameters that acknowledge limitation of childhood. Exactly. You know, we've always said that if they were less abusive, or not abusive, we wouldn't be here probably. It would just be a whack religion. Child labor is never good. Thank you, Laura. AA. Yeah, a lot of people have psychotic breaks. I've been hearing that lately. It's, oh my God, that's what breaks my heart. I mean, we heard about a guy living in a closet in his underwear because he had a psychotic break and they can't help him. I think what they end up doing, because they don't want to deal with you, is they'll kick you out and you're on your own. Because we've heard that they've taken people like that, kicked them out on the street in LA to live on the street. Truth is stranger than fiction. I know, he did not believe me. He's like, I don't think it's real. I'm like, dude, go on YouTube. Go watch Going Clear. But he was too little toasty to... I'm out of pamphlets. Hey, Hitzel, I might have to hit you up for some more pamphlets. Because I like giving out their own pamphlet with our information on the back. That's why I don't always tell people everything, because they will think it's a movie and that I'm exactly AA. That's why this community is so important, because I hope I don't look like a crazy person. He really thought this was fake. Why would I be here? That's why I started saying that. Yeah, everybody got me the name. That guy was a little bit of a little bit, but they will remember something of what I said, hopefully. And you never know, he might go look something up. Let me keep it on the people, because I've got to remember, guys. Hey, Eyes to See, 33. I like threes. It's our lucky number. I gotta remember to turn the camera on the people when I'm talking. I just get into that conversation and I'm gone. Whew. I forget all about the camera. I'm zeroed in on that person because it takes a lot of my concentration. So, some of these girls are dressed really nice. I'm like, do you wear a dress to the game? They're in some of them are in cowboy boots and dresses. They look really nice. Are they going to the game?
I support you. Thank you.
All right. people love to stop and take pictures of me. I don't know if he was, but there are people that, hey, can I take a picture of you and your sign? I'm like, sure, absolutely. Because I hope that they post it on social media. So that they're like, hey, why is there a protester standing in front of the Scientology building at the UT campus? Anything. I'll take anything. Anything to get this word out. Oh, there's an airplane. Ooh, that's loud. Holy crap. See if you can see it. They were so low to the ground and together. There was two planes literally next to each other. It had to be military. They looked like army planes or military. That was so weird. Gosh, they were so low. Did you hear how loud that was? Oh, my camera's crooked. There we go. Hello, darling. They have a new member I haven't seen before. They had her watching all the videos one night, and now I think I have seen her more often. I think she works nearby. Oh, a public member? Because I saw a staff member who closed the door that I didn't recognize. She had really long hair. She wasn't as old as some of the older people, but she wasn't young either. I have her on camera at the beginning. And I don't even try to learn their names because I'm so bad at names. But man, those planes are so weird. Man, between that motorcycle, the car, and those planes, I'm almost deaf. Oh, my ears hurt. What is up with these weirdos? I'm sitting there holding my marker. Wow. These are the markers I bought my second day protesting down there at the University Supply store. And this is where I made my first and only sign. Public. Okay, very young. Oh, I don't like that. What time is it? 6:30. Normally, I would have moved around the corner to get him coming down the alley and coming back from parking and coming in for night. But I've had so much engagement out front, I'm going to stay. Hey, Gary. What's up? Yeah, I'm going to... Let's see. Where's my battery power? Oh, I'm good. I'm at 50%, 6:30. I can leave as late as 7:15 if there's no accidents. Because I literally have rolled up at like 5 minutes to 8, parked on the street. Hubby came out with his stuff and jumped in. I jumped out if I'm late. That's why Tuesday they have that 5 o'clock seminar that they're doing for the purification rundown. They had a new sign out last week. So he doesn't work on Tuesday night. So I can stay late those days. So I'm definitely going to be here on Tuesdays. Tuesdays and Fridays, although yesterday was a bust. If you're wondering why I wasn't here yesterday, I posted a little video. I had to take my Daisy girl to the vet. She was sick. She was really sick. She's on antibiotics and anti-nausea meds. But she's feeling better today, though. I can already tell. So I wouldn't have had time to take her to the vet, get home, get ready, leave, come here, and be back in time for my husband to have the truck. We have our other vehicle in the mechanic. We dropped it off on the 1st. He still has it. From what I understand from my husband, he's waiting on a part, but that's not going to fix the main issue. It's just something that we knew was bad on it. It's a part of the pulley system. What's wrong with it is summer before this last one, it was triple digits, and he died on the side of the road and smelled burning wires. But we don't know where. So, because I also applied to his work as an emergency call-in, so we need a second vehicle for both reasons. So I don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about when I have to leave. I can stay late if I need to, that kind of deal. And I can put all my stuff in my car. He can keep all his work stuff in his car. He has a lot. Because he takes his combat medic backpack with him. He takes a backpack because he's in... When we're 20 to 30 minutes or more away from the house, we always make sure that we have necessities. I keep a change of clothes in the car. I keep 3 days of meds in case I get arrested. And a jacket, even though it was summer, because inside it's freezing as heck. Nancy Drew, she said she was freezing inside. She didn't have a jacket, so I'm prepared. And I bring a cooler. Some of you may not know. I bring a cooler with ice and at least 4 bottles of water. There were times this summer I drank all 4 bottles in 2 hours. But I'm not needing it as much now. I did the rundown. Really, Greg? So, how many hours did they make you sit in that sauna? And did you get out and cool off and get back in? And I know what the niacin flush feels like. It happened to me one time by accident. That was horrible. I thought I was dying. So I drink apple cider vinegar with lemon juice and honey, and sometimes some spices to help with gut health, and it really does work. And I bought this bottle of organic apple cider vinegar with niacin. I didn't know anything about niacin back then. This was about 10 years ago. I take a lot of supplements now, and I check them all out before I take them. I did my drink, and I felt like I had a sunburn on the inside of my skin. It was so, and I was beet red. I called the on-call nurse at the Army hospital thinking I was dying. And she's like, what did you take? And I told her, and she goes, oh, that's normal. I was like, no, it's not. Long time. Did let out to cool down, thank goodness, because I couldn't believe. I heard 5 to 8 hours sometimes, you know, and I'm like, somebody should have died from that by now, because that is just horrible. Everybody's so cute in college. They're all, see right here, they just passed me, wearing their UT stuff. They're the reason I'm here. They're the reason. My original name of my channel was Scientology Won't Win. Well, I did that on my personal channel, and I wanted it to be separate because I want to do something else with my personal channel. So then I had to be Scientology Won't Win in Texas, because my first thought when I made the channel, I was watching the LA crew and William, and I was thinking, when it was announced this was opening, I was like, they're not getting their claws on our young people. That's the thought that went through my mind. You know, I have grandkids and I have grown kids. So, and everything I've ever done has revolved around kids. Home daycare, Girl Scout leader, Boy Scouts, all of it. So I just couldn't stomach it. I couldn't stomach them coming down here and trying to get these young people, I've come up on them with a table out here talking to a freshman who was believing all their BS. He was completely done, because I said, why do you think they're here? And he goes, oh, they want to be part of the community, and blah, blah, whatever they had just told him. And I started spieling off all the stuff, and he ended up doing the same thing that other person did, walking away laughing, but that, oh my God laugh. Oh my God, I can't believe it laugh. It wasn't a funny laugh. 42 years ago. Wow. Hey, you are allowed to come out of the sauna and cool down when it gets too intense. Personally, my hands started to clamp in the sauna. I went temporarily blind. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You gotta be careful. They're taking their table tonight. I'm usually only here late on a Friday night, so they leave stuff out. How you doing? So I've never seen them actually, take everything in like that. They usually won't get the sign because I'm standing next to it. They will close up and leave that sign. So he's gotten some cojones lately. I think he's realized I'm not evil. Wow. You know, that could have been from the intense heat and maybe the intense niacin. Wow. That's why I really want to have a conversation with you, and I'm really sorry that I didn't check your email. We're going to get together. I have SP cooties. No, Peter. What they did, they came out, and because it wouldn't close and they could hear us, they tightened it as tight as humanly possible so that now if somebody doesn't know to really yank on that door, they get stuck. Let me do this better. The door tries to eat them and they get stuck. Hi. They get stuck and I get more time to talk to them because they're stuck in the door. They were trying to get a big wagon or something out one day and they were stuck for like a good 3 minutes trying to get it out the door, and I was just going on with my spiel. So no, they really didn't, and they may not be able to hear me. I do tend, on Friday nights, I do tend to be louder to the upstairs because I know they're having their graduation and there's a lot of public up there. That's why I like Friday nights, because there's a lot of public that go by. And I hit them with the down stats. I hit them with the how much money, you know, things that actually I need help. I've gotten a list, you know, I have my notebook. I was given a list of things. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Of things to say to members. Hi.
I agree with you.
Got your back.
It is a cult.
Yes, it is. They don't let the Sea Org members leave ever.
Awful.
They have to be they have 3 levels of members. The bottom level is their slave labor, and they sign a 1 billion-year contract, and they're never allowed to leave till they die. Yep. That's my quick version. He was moving while I was talking. I like this hat though. I forget what I was saying now. Oh, the door. Oh, no, upstairs. So I like Friday nights because a lot more public come in, and I hit them with the fact that they don't have 30 million members, and I give them those stats. And if they have kids, I beg them not to take their kids into Scientology. So, don't know if they're listening, but I'll take my chances. You never know what's going to stick in their brain. It's weird, I'll be honest, you guys. I never saw this on my radar. I never thought I would be somebody that would be an activist or be driving to Austin several times a week. I haven't been able to the last few weeks, but you know, when I've lost like 33, last time I checked, subscribers. 30 just since I wasn't protesting because I've been having a toothache problems. And then 3 after the Saturday night broadcast I did, or stream I did. Well, I guess I irritated a few people. Oh, I listened to Marilyn and Cheryl today before I came too. Activism isn't new to me. Being on camera is so uncomfortable to me still. I know. I guess I've been alone so many times being an army wife and not having peoples that I just got very independent and I don't care. Hey, Michael. Michael SP. I'm Miss Kim SP. I'm glad. Oh. AA, that's awesome. And that's the other big reason I come, is the survivors of this cult. Because y'all's stories, they're thanks, Kathy. What was your impression of my question on Marilyn Cheryl's? I didn't watch the whole thing. What? Remind me of your question. I came in late. So like the second half. Yes, I do have a membership option. And I made it super cheap because originally I said I'll take the ad revenue. I don't want the members to pay for my channel. But I'm learning it took me a while to figure out how to do that. But yeah. Well, you know what? You guys have helped me. We talked about it a little bit because somebody said, you seem so strong. Because I said, I've had issues too. And what Cheryl and them were saying today made a lot of sense, that a lot of people that support... Hi. You got any questions? Have trauma. Have some sort of trauma. Or know somebody, and that's a lot of the reason we're doing this. We feel kindred spirit. We're in the chat. And I never thought of myself as a trauma survivor because I wasn't physically abused. But I've been hospitalized twice after I got sick. Because when you go from being completely active, working, teaching adult Sunday school, and the next day you leave work in an ambulance and you're bedridden and you don't know why for a year, yeah, I ended up with depression. Because when I went and I talked to the doctor, I was like, yeah, I got depression because I'm bedridden and I don't know why, and I was doing all this stuff and my husband's in Iraq and all I have is a 17-year-old to help me. And she was like, yep, makes sense. Okay, at the hour mark, I might have seen it, about the live with Liz and Laura and Cheryl. No, I didn't hear that question. I must have come in just after that, but I did hear her speak about it. I didn't know that they had a live together, so I was unaware of that. I'm sad that happened. It makes me sad that people aren't getting along. Oh, you're in California, right, Kathy? We've talked about the fires before? I almost drowned 6 years old. Wow, Greg. Wow. That's traumatic. I did too. It wasn't too bad. It didn't, at the time, I freaked. I was at the YMCA and some kid jumped on, I was in the deep end because I could swim. But he jumped off the side on top of me on purpose and held me under. So I got a little bit of an inkling of what that could feel like. So, wow. Being sick and debilitated is definitely traumatic, yeah. My trauma, though, was my mother. As a matter of fact, Cheryl mentioned today, she said her mom, I think it was, or her dad, I can't remember which, gave her the crap because she didn't like her dad, but she liked her sister's dad. It was the same thing with me. Me and my sister had two different dads. My mom hated my dad and didn't want to divorce her dad. We were 9 years apart too, so it was fairly new, the divorce. But the thing is, though, she did it to me before my sister was born. I was 9 years old when she was born, and it was already an issue. I don't remember my childhood, anything to do with my mom. I remember, my friend next door, my dad, and my grandma and all that, but I can't picture my mom. And my one therapist said, that's because you had a bad childhood. And, they talk about people doing the regression therapy. I'm like, no. I've dealt with it by now. Because I dealt with her in middle school and high school. I literally, my freshman year in high school, before she started being asleep for a while, I left my house in the morning for the bus almost every day in tears. My mom was so mean. Thank you. I remembered that. I don't need to remember the other stuff. I know enough to deal with it. So I don't need it. I don't want to remember. Thank you. Seems like a miscommunication, but I don't want to discount someone's feelings. Yeah, and if you look, Saturday night I did a stream called I Refuse to Take Sides. And one of the reasons was that I care about everybody involved. Even if it's been something they said that I didn't like, or, you know, here's the thing. And I said this, if you go back and watch it, I said things like, you know, we shouldn't be involved in their interpersonal relationships because they have friendships off camera that we don't know about. We don't have all the facts. And I would never want to tell somebody what to do. And so I'm still supporting everybody, that's especially if they're a survivor. Fear of deep water, yeah. So somebody still got mad at me. They did not watch my stream. They may have watched 5 minutes or was told about it and came on in the comments afterward and left the snarky trying to tell me I was wrong, you know, and I said this horrible thing. I'm like, and I said, you obviously didn't listen to the whole thing. You picked one part. And I even said that on my live. I said, it's easy to pick apart what somebody did or said on a live stream after the fact. Even I could do that with things I've said. I could go back and say, oh, you know, that wasn't, thank you, that I shouldn't have said it that way, or maybe somebody took it the wrong way, you know. And what was my train of thought there, guys? Yeah, so it's easy to, like, I've heard it say, you know, armchair quarterback, but that's a lighthearted way to say it. But, you know, I'm not gonna go, I don't like everything every streamer has ever done. It's not possible. But that doesn't mean I don't want to support them. If they're going to get after Scientology, if they're dealing with being a survivor of Scientology, I'm not going to stop my support. Unless you do something illegal, unethical, or just plain mean. Really, the only person I unsubbed from was somebody that created a channel just to go after other streamers. That was beyond the pale for me. It took a lot. I stayed a supporter for a long time. Scooter Mom, I have a lot of my childhood that I don't remember. I don't care to go back and find out either. Exactly. I think I've heard you mention that before too. Kathy, yeah. I'm staying in the round pen and not picking sides. I know. And the first time it happened, you know, everything was going really good. And then it happened and we thought, well, maybe it'll get better, it'll blow over. As far as, you know, we're on the outskirts of it, looking in. I'm not involved. I've never, well, I have now, but at the time I hadn't met any other streamers that were involved, you know, that kind of thing. So I felt it wasn't my place to say anything, and that's still the same thing. You know, I try to stay as neutral now, and I did say this, I try to stay as neutral as I can when I'm on stream. You know what, since they're closed, I'm gonna turn around. You know, I have opinions, I have feelings, but I talk to my husband about it. We have our conversations, but on here, I'm not gonna do it. It's not my place. It's not my place to tell people how to deal with their lives or their relationships. So when that person came into my comments and said this stuff, I said, you know, you didn't read the title of my live stream and you obviously didn't watch it. So, and you know, maybe I didn't say something quite right. Maybe I said, you know, oh, and I said that too. I said, or I may have said that in my response. I said, you did not hear, you heard something. I said, oh, how did I put it? You got to go look. There's only a couple comments on that stream. Because I had to give 2 responses because they did it twice. I said, oh, see what I mean? This is what I said. See what I mean? What I said and what you heard was different because of your opinions and what you think of the situation. Because I didn't say what that person thinks I said. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because mostly everybody in here is fairly an adult person and has had this happen to them. That you say something or you do something and somebody else doesn't take it that way because their mind is in a different, place. Sorry, I went to get water. Exactly. We all have opinions. We all have feelings, and ain't nobody perfect or 100% right, including me. Yep, including me too. I mean, when you do this, when you create a channel and you come on, you're just you. And I have different life experiences than other people do. All of us in here can look at a situation or somebody says and probably see 10 different things. And that's another reason I think, all I said was, and I never said you should do this. I said and this is the way I've always been. This is why so many people used to come to me for advice. Because I never told them what to do. Not even my kids. I said what I would do or what I have done, and I used my experiences. I said I would never want to come on here. I'm not saying I never will. You never know what I might do. I might be stupid one day. I think I would never come on live upset right after something happened. I would want to wait and see how things level out before and see if I still have strong enough feelings I want to say something. That happened to me at the dentist a week or so ago. There was this woman at the counter who was that polite condescending, so it's really hard to prove. The whole time I had to deal with her. I had to go up 4 or 5 times filling out the paperwork and some other stuff because they wanted me to do it on my phone, and it was this tiny. Anyway, every time I went up, she was like, "Oh, well, you're on the wrong page. You need to do this." And just the tone. I can't even do her tone. I wanted to jump on Google and leave a review right then. So I vented at my husband. Because people say you're nice. No, I'm not when I get irritated. I was upset. Because they ended up not even helping me. And one of the reasons I didn't do it is everybody else there was super nice. Everybody. So I didn't want to dirty their image because of one person. So what I'm going to do, I'm still going to do it. I decided. It's been a week, maybe. Yeah, a week. I had time to sit on it, and I still want to put the review in. So I'm going to. But I'm going to be, honest about everybody else there was great. I'm not going to give them like a 1 star. I'll take 1 or 2 off. Because everybody else's reviews there, so she either was having a bad day or was somebody that worked there a long time and got away with it a lot. And I don't like those people. I hate those passive-aggressive, polite but condescending, treat you like a 5-year-old type people, and I'm 55 dang years old. Don't text when angry or upset. Yep. My daughter and her ex would have these long fights while he was at work, because she worked at home, in text, and then it would only get worse because they would misunderstand the context of a text. And I've seen that a lot. Just a younger Miss Kim. Oh wait, what? I got dropped by a dentist for that, which was okay, but inconvenient. Yeah. Oh, for the review or because you got upset? This wasn't even my dentist. They sent me to another office to have the root canal, and they said, "Oh, your tooth is cracked. We can't do the root canal." So then I went back a couple days ago, and luckily the top tooth I thought had cracked because I heard this cracking noise. It chipped a piece off, so it's getting a crown. No root canal. Yes. And then this one's getting pulled, and then we're doing a partial because all of my molars down here will now be gone. From here all the way back, all gone. And we figured out, my daughter mentioned this, she said, if you're on painkillers for many, many, many years, it can affect your teeth. So he put me in my dentist. When I told him that, the second time I was in there, when I went back, he said, I put you down for cracked teeth syndrome. So, because I've had 3 teeth crack. So I looked it up. I looked up what I've been on painkillers since 2008. And I found out it can cause major dental issues. Because I take good care of my teeth. I'm not a big flosser, but I've always tried to take good care. So, oh, the review, really? Okay. Yeah. Because my review will be under my Miss Kim personal with my picture, so they'll know who I am. But like I said, everybody else was super nice, and I'm going to start it that way. I'm going to say, look, everybody in there was super nice, except one. Bye, Greg. Thanks for stopping by and being here. Oh, let me check my battery. 32. Oh, I'm going to have to go soon. It's 7:08. The traffic has died down, so it looks like I'm going to have no problem getting home. So I can actually stay as late as a few more minutes. I'll stay a few more minutes. The traffic's died down. I'm not getting the engagement that I normally do, and that's usually when I pack it in. And it's getting darker earlier. I didn't confront personally. I just cried. Oh, that's sad. But I think that's wrong, though. If there was an issue, they should have tried to fix it. If anybody ever told... I've gotten a lot of good criticism when I started my channel, and really good suggestions that I didn't realize I was doing wrong, or stuff I could do better. And it's actually helped a lot. And honestly, I'm the kind of person, you can walk up to me and say, you're an effing BI, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I don't care. I don't know you. If it was a family member or something, it would bother me. But if it's some stranger or something, I don't even care. I got that old lady syndrome. I don't have a job. I have an incurable disease. I don't have little kids I have to worry about. Don't care. Anybody that wants to engage with me like that in person, I've got 55 years of doing the right thing, because I had a husband in the Army, or I had a security clearance, and I didn't want to mess up my job or this or that or the other, so I took it. You know, y'all know what I mean. When you take it when somebody acts like that, and you're just like, and you just complain about it later. That was me. I'm not like that anymore. I almost said something at that time, but it wasn't blatant enough, because they did it in that way that she could say, I didn't mean it like that, kind of thing. We all know. I've done customer service, trust me. We all know what bless your heart means. That's exactly what I said, Kathy. They should have fixed the problem. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. I do try to be... Cheryl was talking about that today. And, you know, it's easier to be happy than to be, you know, I've had my years. I've had my time of depression and anger over my physical problems. It's been there. You know, I'm not this great all the time. Ask my family. And, you know, because of the trauma, because of my mom, I did want to break the cycle. I said I will never say those things to my kids, but I still had anger issues from what I didn't know at the time was trauma and anxiety. I had anxiety and all that. I didn't, in the 90s, 1998, when I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. My mom passed in 99. I didn't know what that was. Matter of fact, I didn't know what that was until I got into this community. You know, I understand my husband having trauma and PTSD from the crap he had to deal with in war. He had to patch up civilians, kids and women. And that's what the nightmares that he has. I understand that. I understand, people that have been, all these other things. I'm not going to go into detail. I never thought of myself as having trauma because I didn't have good therapists. They were all, oh, how does that make you feel? Or fell asleep on me. So it wasn't until I was in this community that a light bulb went off and I was like, oh, verbal abuse causes trauma too. I just thought she was a witch. So that, I didn't even know. So I was already drawn to this community and not even knowing why. Been there, not doing it anymore, yeah. And it affects you. I mean, we're older women and it's still there. But I know, I know what it is. I try to be careful. I hear you, but I'm better off somewhere else. Rural Georgia here. Oh, I don't know if you heard, but this traffic I had to deal with tonight was the Georgia-Texas game. I asked, I said, obviously it's a game. Everybody's wearing UT. I go, can I ask what's going on tonight? And they're like, oh, it's the Georgia game. And I'm like, oh, I get it. I only learned about Bless Your Heart a few years ago. I wish we had that here. No, I've never actually used it. My husband is so witty. He's like this. Me, I'm like 3 hours later, I'm like, oh man, I should have said that kind of person. EMDR did help me. I didn't think it was, is that those shots? Because I still don't know what it's actually called. If that's what that is. It was just today, because I have fibromyalgia like Cheryl does, and similar type trauma a little bit. I wanted those shots for my husband, so he could stop having nightmares. I never thought they might work for me. And she said even some of the fibro, it's helped some of that a little bit. Because one of the what do you call it? There's a word for it I can't think of right now. One of the things people have that are, precursor. A precursor to fibromyalgia is a cervical injury. I had whiplash, childhood abuse, and I can't remember the other one. A shock to the system. I had that. That's what gave me traumatic fibromyalgia overnight instead of over a long period of time. So I had 3 precursors to fibromyalgia. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know I had it. It was my shoulder doctor who said, I think you have fibromyalgia. I got sick in August. This was March. I left his office. We were friends. I knew him from church. So I had his cell number because my daughter was their nanny sometimes in the summer. And I went to Barnes & Noble, found books on it. This is 2011. Sat down on the floor because they were on the bottom shelf. Saw the cover of a book, a torso with all these symptoms marked off. And I bawled. And I called him on the phone. I said, this is me. Everything on this cover is me. But it took till the following August to actually, it took me a year to get diagnosed. So my husband wasn't handling it well either because he couldn't understand what was wrong with me. With bigger trauma, not the dentist, then it's a small issue. Well, good. Oh. Yeah. And I've had like 80% of the symptoms at one time or another or currently. What helped me the most, and if you have any inflammation, I found out a few years later, gluten causes inflammation. I went gluten-free. I started sleeping better, having more energy, able to get out of the bed more. The tremors got better. So, and I can tell when I skip a little bit, it depends. If I just have a little bit of gluten, it doesn't really, it's not like when you're allergic to it and the least little bit will take you over the edge. I have to cheat. I have a thin crust pizza every once in a while. If it causes me more pain, I don't notice because I have so much already. So I would have to eat gluten for like a week solid to really feel it, I think. Hi.
Nothing but a goddamn coat.
You look good.
A goddamn motherfucking coat.
I got Georgia people on here too.
All I know is alone. My girl's dad is Olsen, Texas.
Has the game started yet?
Hell yeah, it's all right now.
Well, you need to go to the game.
That's what I'm doing.
How are you
right
doing,
now.
young lady?
I'm good. How are you? Alright.
Ain't nothing but a hoe right there. Ain't nothing but a hoe.
Oh my god. Woo. I think it's time for me to go home. I didn't realize it was this dark. But there's a lot of people. I know people worry about me sometimes, but look how many people are around here walking down the street and stuff. I'm not that worried. Plus I'm going in a well-lit parking garage, so I'll call my husband and put him on FaceTime. Alrighty guys, thanks for the chat. It's nice talking to you guys. Thanks for joining me, for being out here. Had a lot of good conversations, which I'm happy about. I really like doing that. I feel like, okay, so this person told me one time, and I cannot remember the number. I'll try to get it close. He said, in your lifetime, you're going to have an effect on 8 people, good or bad. Either way, each one of those 8 people are going to have an effect on 8 more people until it gets up to an astronomical number of like 800,000 people that you yourself have had an effect on. And that's probably why my attitude changed a lot when I heard that, is I wanted to have as much of a positive attitude on as I could. You know, I have my moments. Because of that, it really made me think. So I'm actually having an effect on more than 8 people now. They didn't have social media in there at that time when that person thought of it. So each one of you and each person that stops and talks to me is going to have an effect on others. Oh my, I missed all this. Oh goodness, Scooter Mom, I didn't realize you had both. Oh, toasted, yeah. Go dogs. I should have seen that. I would have said it for you. My battery in my back? Honestly, I don't even think about it that much. The little iPhone they gave me to control it, it's usually dead. I need to make sure it's charged. But so I think I was talking about the effect we have on people. So knowing that, I wish I could find the exact number this person quoted, because knowing that is one of the reasons why I came here, because I thought if I could just talk to a few people, they're gonna talk to somebody else. Maybe not all of them. Maybe some of them they'll just forget it. But some of them will be like, I saw this lady protesting Scientology and she told me blah blah blah. I couldn't believe it, and they might go look it up.
No, this guy's in Scientology, bro. I'm Scientology. Cool, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. 25%. I need to go anyway, because even on good traffic, it's 7:20. I have an hour and 30 minutes to get home. That's good. Be careful driving home. Thank you. You too, Mr. Fraud. And I'm still doing my Saturday night stream tonight if y'all want to drop in. I thought about talking about the trauma in the community again a little bit to start it off. Yeah, I get out of there before the game gets over. I need to. It started at 6:30, so I know it's still going on. I got to get out of here. Thanks, y'all. Have a great weekend. See you next stream.